I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't
I'm never going to respond to people hating on me. When people say, Carlos, focus on your own shows, Carlos this and that. My response, I'm not. I will focus on what I want to focus on.
My intro isn't going to be too long because this is a very long video full of flashbacks of what may have went wrong with Carlos King, Love and Marriage Huntsville, etc. And obviously there's so much more that I can put in this video, but this is basically starting with and only Carlos King and his proximity to Mel's baby mama and his relationship with Melody throughout the years. Now, there's been rumors that Love and Marriage Huntsville will be getting canceled, and possibly. We know that the relationship with him and Melody is pretty rocky right now, and it's not absolutely confirmed, but let's be real, right? It's very clear and it's obvious and it's out in the air. Mel has made a few statements and Carlos has done a few things that is very clear about where he stands with his relationship with Melody. Not to mention the cancer hunter and his frivolous lawsuits. OWN may really cancel the show depending on what happens with the lawsuit that he brought upon himself and the network. And just the fact that Carlos was always or has always seemingly been in support of an abuser, which is Martel. And it's so frustrating to a lot of people because Martel has challenged Carlos on every occasion, any chance that he's gotten to challenge him, he has done it. And we saw him literally hold his hand and walk him through a press tour after everything had went on or came out about the revenge P, and people didn't take that so well. And then he decided to use his platform to attack a fan base of people that were calling Mel's baby mama and his attacks out, and also allowing his cast to do so. But he had never been that vocal in protecting Melody against the actual abuser itself. It's a lot to this, but let's just kind of go down memory lane, because if Love and Marriage Huntsville gets canceled, this would be why. All of Carlos' antics outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville, in my opinion, absolutely plays a huge role on top of how he chooses to support people that could be liabilities to his reputation, brand, business, career, etc.
Which one of those shoes you going to put your foot to kick Martel off your show? I will be addressing the Martel comment on my podcast tour with Melody. Don't worry, I'll address it on live, in person. If you don't got your tickets, get them, baby. Me and Melody Cherie, January 21st. Okay, I'll be addressing Mr. Holt then.
Now, I do have one more question about this Real Housewives crossover. Okay. Now, I did see Kenya say the other day that somebody bald-headed had the nerve to come for her. Was that bald-headed person you?
She was speaking to me, but I didn't come for her, though.
Are you sure? Did you speak the truth?
That's it. That's how I killed that whole scene. I killed it. Because she was lying to me I was in the DMs. It's so crazy that you beside me. Because she said I was in the DMs, and it was about 6 months ago. I'm like, let me just see if I ever messaged her. I looked at my phone, like, damn, I did DM her. I said, damn, I did.
Scandal.
Man, I'm telling you, bad boy.
What you say?
But I said, thank you so much, I guess, for your praise or whatever she said when she was interviewing with you, Carlos.
Everything also comes back to me.
And that was it. I said, thank you. So I went through the phone on the table. I said, look at that. I said, why the hell you up here lying? Like I was trying to holler at you or something.
So she made it seem like that's what it was.
What? Yes. And then it was 2 years ago, not 6 months ago.
Wait, so she waited till the cameras came up to bring that up?
I said, look at us trying to get a storyline. Not for me, you won't.
Wait, what kind of tone could someone read that into where it even would sound like romantic or like a show?
The thing is, she deleted it on her end.
You better keep your receipts,
Martel.
Martel.
You better. I killed
on that Housewives, you better keep your receipts.
Yeah. That's unfortunate that you've been talked about for since then. of the show,
I know I had to,
and
I
you
had
have not
to
been able to
stop
make an
that girl,
appearance.
and
Right.
there wasn't nobody on there that was going to shake it up.
And don't tell me not to speak on kids. I'm going to speak on children. I'm going to speak on adults. I'm going to speak on real life.
This show is #1 on the network is because the cast have this chemistry that's undeniable. You can't fake it, although some people love to say the show is fake and they're actors. You can't fake it.
No, we get along with each other until we jump on TV or something like that. You know, she want to paint a narrative.
In tonight's episode, we saw that she was talking to Tiffany Whitlow and was played something that alluded to you not being able to get your daughter later that day. Although she said that that's what you.
I find myself trying to walk a line that's as narrow as possible to not confuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, just because we are here in this thing together and I can speak to you, hey, how are you doing? And keep it moving doesn't mean, oh, she spoke to me in this thing today. I got a chance. You know what I'm saying? It makes it tough, if I can be honest. It makes it tough to be real with you, dealing with just the imbalance of it all. And, you know, you guys see, as you saw tonight, you know, this whole thing of him wanting to walk me to my car and he has a conversation with Kimmy, right? Like, yeah, I'm gonna listen. I should have listened, you know. But then you're also doing other things that are constantly trying to break me and tear me down behind the thing. That's that inability to separate reality TV and reality. But I see it all. To be real with you, that has been one of the things, Carlos, at times that have made me feel like I want to walk away.
Really? From the show?
Yeah.
You never said that to me.
Yeah, because it can become a lot. And the fact of the matter is I do have 4 children with this person. And I'm having time when I'm showing up to work for Kingdom Reign and Oprah Winfrey Network, and they're constantly doing things for show and for TV, but it's real life. And it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want the world to know, I know it's been tough for you because you and I do talk. And we have some great conversations about that. And that's why, to your point, we make sure that you are in a position to where no one's telling you what to do or where to be if you don't want to be there. Because at the end of the day, and I don't think people understand this the way that I do because of what I've done in terms of my career. You guys are the first divorced couple to continue to have the same space on the show. Whereas on other shows, once you're divorced, bye, and then you can move on. Obviously, in real life, you still co-parent, but if you have kids together. But you guys are the first couple in the history of reality television to have to coexist in the same space on the show where you started off being married. And how it can be difficult because, like you said, you know, because I'm doing, you know, listen, I'm living my reality. Yes, I'll throw you anything, Kimmy. All right, I know we're filming a show, so Martel, okay, whatever, you know, we get that. But then it's like, don't take advantage of us being in a space to where, you know, before these cameras were here, you and I just don't have that rapport at this moment. Yeah. And when people think you are giving him a hard time, I do agree with you that people don't know. And even I sometimes call you like, are you okay? Are you good? Or whatever. Because when you're co-parenting with somebody, every day there's something different. Yeah. And I think people get lost in what you said. And it's funny because you would think I would be able to articulate it, but you did it so wonderfully. People are only seeing what they see in the show. So when people say, you can't keep a friend. You so mean, be nice. Stop being this. Y'all are not seeing the full scope of what was happening prior to us even filming. I don't charge people to get on the show. Like, that's insane to me. If that's the case, Destiny, where's my money?
Oh, I like Destiny.
I like Destiny to the ball, but I love Destiny. I'm just saying, if that's the case, Destiny, where's my money? Sadaric, where's my money? Miss Betty, Miss Wanda, Dr. Francis, child, Chris Fletcher, and Nell. I run my money, honey. If you say that she had a problem with you attending Martel's event with Sheree?
Well, anybody connected to Martel. And, you know, it's just kind of like an insinuation of that's a problem, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that wasn't on my interview. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
So I didn't know that because we had talked about that.
Juan Dixon has to be, hands down, the most disrespectful man I've ever seen on reality television.
I would agree with that.
I think it is so fucked up that your wife has to stand alone to answer questions about the transgressions that he made in his life that impacted her and her position on this show. It was sad to see that Robin had to sit there and answer questions about Juan as the breadwinner, as the person who was on the show for 8 seasons, and she didn't do nothing wrong. Robin didn't go out there and cheat with her ex and don't know who the father is. Hey, Mia. And we love Mama Mia, baby. But I've said this once and I'll say it again, and I actually like Robin a lot. Robin, if you're listening, that man don't love you. He doesn't love you because the only way it would make sense to me is this. If you did something to him, we got Gordon showing up for Mia. We'll get to that in a second. Gordon showed up for Mia. And Mia has lay it low and spread it wide with her ex, baby. Okay? And Gordon even showed up to support the mother of his kids.
You know, Carlos is doing his live podcast. The first stop is here in Huntsville. Yeah, I mean, it should be fun, but he has Mel as a special guest. So he's been like talking about the millimeters and the raindrops. I would not be in the building, especially not without the invitation. But I'm not trying to be around the millimeters at all because it's just a group of evil females. And they're middle-aged females that's very unhappy in life.
No, I think they're a little older than middle-aged. I have never seen such a toxic group of people. Exactly. I feel like it's a group of broken women. Yeah. The people that have critical thinking ability, they actually don't get on the internet and make those type of comments.
It's not about fans. It ain't about nobody but me and what I want to convey, put out, whatever.
Okay, so you're doing this purposefully to what? Hurt?
It's like she went low and I went lower.
Some people, they like Mel for a different reason. I do not care what those followers think. To me, they're just a group of deplorables.
Gotcha.
All right?
Right.
They're brainless, foolish people that follow someone that ignore all facts. He said that, I'm going to buy another shirt. Go buy her shirts.
Yes.
Spend all your money and all your kids' money making Mel a multi-billionaire. I don't care. Some people, some content creators are going to do a season-wide blackout of the show. A season-wide blackout. They're upset about something with the show, and they're doing a season-wide blackout. And I feel like in that moment, I was kind of thinking, and I went with the Spirit of the Lord, but 3 words came to my mind. And those 3 words are batshit crazy. Like, these motherfuckers are batshit crazy. They're calling people to boycott a show? Like a reality TV show? Batshit crazy. And FYI, guys, some of the people, you don't understand how I feel. In particular about, like, millimeters. I don't give a fuck about them. I hate every one of them. Every motherfucking one of them, right? And here's the thing. Like, if they don't support my business, right? I never want a fucking dime from them. I never want them to go to business. If I see them in here, I'll put them out, right? And if they're buying, if they can't get, I don't want them in black. I never want to see them. I never want to buy a shirt. I never want to buy anything from me. So I'm happy when they say, I'm not going to do this little verso. I'm like, thank you, shit. I hate, and if they tell everybody about it. I don't want anybody that's willing to listen to them motherfuckers to come here, right? And here's the beautiful thing, guys. I want you guys to understand something about God. He put you in positions where you literally don't need people, right? I think God has to do that. Unless these people are going to buy a fucking hotel, how you going to stop me moving? What are you going to do? But, oh my God, I'm just sitting back listening, and I'm looking at it, I'm reading, and I'm like, these motherfuckers are crazy. Like, they're literally out of their minds. They're boycotting television shows. They think they're the bloggers. They think bloggers are. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see them ratings and see how bad they're gonna look. And they're gonna be like, they have no power. None. People don't understand data analytics. When they think the show's ratings are down, that's probably because NFL and college football is on at the same goddamn time. But
so I sat around all those months wondering, I know it's out there though, but I mean, they flying and stuff, but I mean, I don't know, but it's out there. And lo and behold, Carlos, after talking to you about prayer and letting God show you. Yeah, but he did. And it wasn't me. I didn't make a call. You know, if you have a warrant and you go to certain places trying to get certain things, that pops up. And that's what happened.
I know we're all like laughing and joking. We're having a good time, and I do love that. But I really want the world to know how deep this is for you, because at the end of the day, Melody, this is a man who proposed to you on your college graduation day. You have 4 kids by this man. And obviously you were madly in love. You guys were a power couple. You guys were a power couple in the city. You guys built this foundation, and your kids are wonderful. Did you ever think, Melody, in a million years, that your life would end up this way, to where you would even have to do that to somebody who's the father of your kids? Like, were there moments of like, you know?
Never would have imagined that, but I will say along the way, the telltale signs became present. And especially hindsight is everything, right? So sometimes when you get out of a situation, you're able to reflect and see clearly maybe the things you missed or that you overlooked or you didn't pay attention to. And so when I look back at it now and see how he handled other situations with other people, the lack of maturity, you know, just the inability to just be a full-blown man, you know, where it's like, you know what, we didn't work out, but you know what? I'm going to leave her alone because I messed up. It is what it is, right? Let me just leave her alone. I never thought that I would be wishing that I had my children by somebody else. And that's where I am. And I've shared that, you know, with my family, like, dang, like, why I ain't had these kids by somebody else? Because it just keeps going and it's just going and it's just going. And it's like, when is enough enough? And when do we stop funding the madness? That's the other piece of it. Like, when do we stop funding the madness? When does, you know, I'm doing this interview with you, Carlos, but I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't remember the last time I sat down and even did an interview. Like, real talk. So I film for the show, but I'm not out here thinking of ways to degrade people and come at people and everybody interview me so I can talk down about everybody. I ain't on that kind of time. Too short. Too much in my purpose to be focusing on that's not my focus. So when I have this person that continuously attacks, it becomes a lot. And I don't know if you know that, but fortunately this network, I have my own therapist. She's here tonight in the audience. Dominique is somewhere in here, but OWN gives us therapists as well. And so I've had conversations with them too, you know, about where I am and how I'm feeling. I will say this, one thing that you did do is anytime I had a scene, you made sure security was there. So I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. Yeah, the thing is this. I always want to make sure that anybody who's associated with the kingdom feels safe. Yeah. And that feels and looks differently for every person, right? Mm-hmm. This is a tough job to have. Being on TV, exposing your real life is tough. The things that's in the press right now is, one of my producers married.
Show. I think the issue is the people didn't come to the podcast, right? The people didn't come to the podcast because probably they still pissed with Melody. Melody is, you know, I love Melody for real. Like, but Melody is talking about why she arrested Martel. Now, the only thing I'm gonna tell you about this is I did not know. This is what I didn't know, and maybe this is public knowledge. I didn't know that the little girl, Coleslaw. Fuck it, I ain't gonna remember her name. Fuck it, Coleslaw had the video, and she said she saw it, and she was on vlogs talking about she saw it, and and then he gonna threaten to release the video. I didn't know they were saying that they saw it on videos and stuff like that. So Melody really did have reason to think that he was gonna release that video. Now, my question is, who be doing videos like maybe, you know, I know you're married or whatever, maybe it's some sex stuff and maybe it's kinky to do. So do you think that Coleslaw and Martel was watching that video as they had sex? Because why would he even show it to her? Like this, that's some kinky shit, right? Listen, bitch, let's get it together. And you know what? My wife is so freaking sexy and I miss her. Let's watch the video, bitch. I'm gonna pretend she you. I'm gonna pretend you her and we gonna watch this video together. Because the girl said she saw the video. I'm just saying, why show her the video? That's, to me, unscrupulous. We gotta have some scruples. I done made up a word, y'all, and I'm gonna use it forever. We gotta have some scruples. Why would we show our wife, the mother of our children, video to our baby mama, for lack of a better word?
So apparently Siri gave a thumbs down too. Listen, I never thought about that because I don't even want to think that. I'm just asking. No, you're asking for the people, because there's people in the comments are like, yes, Heavenly's right. The thing for me is this: my mind never went there because I just find all of this unfortunate. But you're raising a lot of good points.
It seemed like a lot of the girls did not support the podcast. Now, Melody's thing, and I know for a fact it sold out. It was amazing, right? It was amazing. But why didn't they come? I mean, the new girl didn't come, Nell didn't come, Tisha didn't come, Kimmy didn't come. Why didn't they come to support Melody?
So, as we saw in the episode, Kimmy so in the first episode, remember Destiny and Tisha had the conversation about, are you going to the podcast? And they were saying they weren't going to go because of Melody's fan base. They feel like Melody's fan base are not nice to them. And then in this most recent episode, Kimmy said, the people who flock to you, they're mean to me. And if I was there, they would have been mean to me because they were mean to Sonny. And Mel said, well, based on the circumstances with Sonny, that's why, you know, the audience was activated. And obviously, it was my show. The audience at the podcast were lovely. It was filled with millimeters and raindrops. And I have to say to you, Heavenly, it was filled with beautiful people. We had a beautiful time. I stayed behind. I took pictures with the millimeters. I had a great time. So the thing is this, Stormy was even there. And Stormy, from my understanding, had no issues. So I am aware that there are some people, because I don't like to say everybody, because I feel like we all have fans. And what I don't do, I don't group the totality of the fan base with certain people who do stuff within that fan base, right? Everybody in the fan base has at least one, two, or more who do the most. So I'll say this, there are some people who do the most, right? But you can't blame the whole fan base for that, to me.
And my whole thing is like with the fan base, with the usually the people are mean online. Like I've had people say all kind of shit to me online, but in public, I've never had a problem. Ain't nobody never called me no bitch or nothing. In public, like, there go that bitch, you know, other than Sweet Tea Mama. You know what I'm saying? I've never had that happen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, when I see people and I go out, they're always lovely. Now, I don't know what they saying online. I think they get them fake accounts or whatever and say whatever to you. But in person, the people are different. So, you know what I mean? I don't think it would have been a problem. That's what I want to say.
No,
there's nothing wrong.
So when Sweet Tea Mom called you the B word, what did you do?
I just look back like, who the fuck is that? Like, I didn't know who it was. But
have you seen her since?
No. Of course not. No.
Is she banned from the set?
What you think? What would you have done? What do you think? But let's keep going. This is about medicine, okay? And I didn't even say we had a set. I never revealed if we had a set. So you need to stop. I'm gonna say this, and this is what I always said again. Those people are not Melody's friends, and Melody is not their friends. They all in the same circle, but they don't like each other. Because there's no way in hell that if my husband stepped out and had a freaking baby, that these people wouldn't be down in this man at that time. Now, mind you, I'm saying years have passed. Like, the baby like 2 or 3 now, right? So maybe people forgive and say, hey, you know, he made a mistake. They moved on or whatever. Now they like, okay. But if during that time they weren't on Melody's side when all that went down, and maybe I'm missing something because I don't, as far as what I know, I feel like if you weren't on Melody's side and understood her pain and what she went through, then you just wasn't her freaking friend. That's what I think. I knew I recognized her. I remember I saw her before. Yeah.
Yes, and she does a lot of philanthropy in Africa and in the States, and she hangs out with some of the socialites in reality television. So that's why you guys may have seen her before. Shanita, who I know Shanita, you know, from back in the day. Shanita has a huge personality. Shanita used to be married to a football player, but they're now divorced. So currently, Shanita is single. She's not married.
Okay.
I
think Martel will hit. I'm just saying. Like, if y'all looking for another cast member, Martel would hit it. I think he like climbing bitches. You know what I'm saying? I think she look like she tall, right? When I say big, she look like she tall, right? I'm saying I know Martel. Martel will climb her. What you gonna bring her on the show permanently because Shanita brings it, okay?
When you are in leadership roles, right, there are just certain things that you have to or should feel compelled to stay away from and not play in the mud with. Because all you're doing is adding more fuel to fire. But when you are in a leadership position or so-called leadership position or executive position, cleanser and mango, it's just certain things that you just supposed to like you don't talk about you don't talk about your people that's putting a check in your pocket. You don't. I ain't never seen, I'm just gonna be honest, I've never seen the owner of I've never witnessed, what'd you say, Jorge? I've never seen the owner of 7th Avenue talk about the people who's putting money in our pockets, the people who are part of this team, the people who make the wheels turn. What I look like getting up here talking about Lauren. Now I don't get with her though, but that and then want her to still show up to work the next day. Okay? What I look like doing it? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? That's like, there are people who are on a path of self-destruction and that's all they know is self-destruction. It ain't nobody doing it to you. It ain't nobody forcing you nothing. You are self-destructing yourself. Okay?
Somebody said toxic leadership. That part. I'm not impressed at all by people who all of a sudden have a voice when it comes to stuff that doesn't matter. But when it did matter, you didn't have a voice. Stay in your silent mode. Stay in that. You know what I'm saying? Stay in that. Stay in the same way you've been silent on things that matter. We the people would love for you to be silent now. Okay? Like, because we're tired. We're tired. And it was said before, but I don't think people really heard it. I don't think people caught it all the way. But when people are sending you to go against a person because you feel like, oh, they the star of the show, if you go against them, you'll get some more airtime. You'll get some more, you'll hit the blogs, baby. This is who you need to go against. You need to go against Melody. Go against the star of the show. Now, that's one thing whenever you have cast members talking amongst themselves saying that. But when you have people in these supposed leadership roles saying it and doing it, that's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, like I said, I'm not ever gonna be broken by it whatsoever. So you might as well stop. I thank God for the people that He has revealed to me, even before full revelations came out publicly, where everybody it's very obvious, people can see it. God had already revealed it to me, and I thank God for that. Elaine, I know you're probably watching, or they're gonna go back and tell you, so I'm gonna call your name out. Elaine, sweetie, listen. What I recommend is don't allow nobody to be using you. Don't do that. Because see, what you give on the internet is very different from what you give on my private phone line. And it's kind of weird. What's wrong with you, Lauren? Yeah, Lauren over there folding out tight. Don't do that. Don't allow nobody. Because here's the thing, I don't know when mess all of a sudden became super cute, especially whenever you that's why I said, y'all, the Lord gotta have some other elders out here, because ain't no way in hell these is them. It just ain't no way these are the elders that we learned about in Bible study and in Bible school. Ain't no way. It just can't be. It's not possible. It's just not possible. The elder's supposed to come and help calm down confusion amongst the young folks, not add to it. I don't be putting my mouth on these folks. I don't be checking for them. I be doing my business, handling work, making connections, doing what I do. Now, just August 12th, now, Missy Lane, now you called me at 7:30 a.m., August 12th. I didn't answer. So you said, hey, lady, what's up? I was just calling to check in. Give me a call when you get a free moment. Thank you. Bye-bye. So I didn't respond to that because I didn't feel like it was sincere. Because when I look at your antics on the internet, it's totally different. And I just didn't feel like it was sincere. And let me be clear, I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying that. But I do believe, like the Bible says, you know a tree by the fruit that it bears. And, well, give me some travel bags. And if you are always spewing out evil and hate out your mouth all the time, then I'll have no choice but to know a tree by the fruit. Know a tree by the fruit that it bears. And some of the stuff that has been said, y'all, this stuff is disgusting. Even recommending Elaine that my ex sleep with my friend Shanita, that's insane. Or hook them up, that's insane. That's out of order, girl, and you know it. Girl, you know that's out of order. Because if somebody said that about your situation and they don't need to go hook up with your friend, you would be like, you know that's out of order. So I want us to get to a place, man. It's like we just live in a world now where we look at wrong is right and right is wrong. Evil is good and good is evil. It's just backwards. It's just backwards.